Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet
Inti, at the end of the processes, we're able to select 109,380 as qualified to be on the scheme.
109,380 out of the 170 down to 146,000.
Out of the 146,009 states. Inti, I said, Mika, when you say if they give you an opportunity to recruit 100,000 and you now have 109,380, people will be asking, say, well, where are you getting the extra budget from?
You shot your budget already.
But the reality was that we always knew that because the scheme was meant to be a temporary scheme to sort of prepare the workforce that we had, the talent pool, give them work readiness skills, give them the required soft skills, give them the digital skills, so they become employable in the end. We always knew that once they matured at various stages of the program, they were going to be exiting. So for someone, all they required beyond the interview was another 6-month internship on your program, and then they will be confident enough to apply for jobs in the public sector or the private sector.
Yeah.
And true to our word, we saw that in time, a lot of our trainees were getting recruited into the public sector. In fact, as I speak to you, our current data shows that close to about 9,000 people so far, based on data we have reconciled, have transitioned into employment, permanent employment. Most of them in the very sectors, we place them to gain their work experience. Say in December 2018, Ghana Education Service some recruitment exercise for the double track. A lot of the applicants who came to NABCO applied. We had about 44,000 people applying to work within Educate Ghana. And these were already qualified tertiary graduates who were looking for opportunities to work in the educational sector. And because we had the biggest talent pool, most of them found recruitment exactly in the same field. That was the Ghana Education Service. The same applied to Ghana Revenue Authority. The trainees that we send there, and then currently there are recruitments going on within local government. We had the Ministry of Food and Agriculture with extension officers and the like. A lot of them are finding their feet already in a lot of the openings in the public sector, which is exactly what the scheme was about. At the very start of NABCO, I think when we started recruitment in July, August, there was a lot of heightened anxiety among nurses. Lots of reports about nurses not happy, and then the fact that they thought we're going to bond them on NABCO, say 3 years. They have to stay on NABCO, and the assurances that we gave then was that clearance, the fact that NABCO is being ruled out doesn't mean we're stopping clearances. Clearances will continue to be given for nurses to be recruited, for people to be recruited in the public sector. And as I speak to you, a lot of the Hill Ghana, we had close to 8,000 people on Hill Ghana. Those of them that are nurses and allied health, a lot of them have found that they have been given clearance now and they have transitioned into their regular employment, which is leaving an opening now for their colleagues who previously thought that they were going to be bonded, but have realized now that we've kept our word and their seniors have gone ahead into employment. And see, all these people, all these trainees that are on the scheme are finding their feet, because the aim of the scheme, what we're doing in NABCO, is a work and learning program. You come onto the scheme, we guarantee you some work placement, minimum 24 months work experience. So when you find a future job that you want to do, with ticket box and say, I have done this job, I have been in employment for 2 years, during my time with NABCO, I was placed under an organization, and these were the skills that I acquired whilst I was with the organization. At the same time, and I will spend a lot of time talking about this later on, The scheme is supposed to offer skills to the trainees, and that is a very important aspect we'll talk about this morning, because you say there are a lot of NABCO trainees apply, and we have selected them. In fact, most of them are out on, almost all of them are out on placement, but name NABCO, all they think is like I'm doing national service again and I have been placed in an organization. If they had paid close attention to their engagement letters, in the letters we stated that you are being enrolled onto a work and learning program. The work bit is what you're doing in your current placement. The learning bit is ongoing, some of it on the online platform, the NABCO Talent Academy. The other bit is the quarterly approach to direct instruction, where we'll extract them from the workplaces to support them with these important skills. And that is in sum what our scheme is all about. Currently, we have 97,373 of them in work placement. Those that leave, we have room to replace them once we do the tally. But we always want to make sure that before we bring on more people, there are available spaces for work placement before we bring on more people onto the scheme. Indeed, we are oversubscribed, and a few of our the trainees who applied, you would hear the odd of pending issues, because people are being put on waiting list, pending the movements on the scheme, and then we can
This FM 104.3 Would you mean